Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello students, welcome to second PUC accountancy online classes. Friends, in the previous class we have solved a problem of Amit, Bhimu and Chandru, right? Today I will solve second problem which was left. I told you I will take up in the next class. So today I am taking up that problem. Let me read out the problem, then we'll analyze in the meantime and then we will solve the problem. Following is the balance sheet of, so page number 55 friends, 55, problem number second problem. Following is the balance sheet of Jain, Gupta and Malik as on March 31st, 2018. Let us take up liability side first. Sundry creditors, then telephone bills outstanding, expenses outstanding, that's all. It's a normal liability. Accounts payable is nothing but bills payable, that is actually accounts payable means creditors plus bills payable, but creditors are separately given, so it is we will treat it as bills payable. Accumulated profits, you know it very well, accumulated profits or losses or accumulated reserves should be transferred to the capital accounts of all the partners in case of retirement in their old profit sharing ratio, right? You know it very well. Capital balance is given, that is opening balance by balance brought down, right? Then comes asset side, land and buildings, bonds means it is like that is kept with the some other maybe firms or invested in some other, that is maybe financial institutions. So bonds, that is asset. If we borrow then it is liability, if we deposit then it is asset. It's very simple. This is invested in bonds. Cash, remember bonds are liquid, comes under like cash at a bank, something like that. After cash at a bank you can take bonds. Cash, bills receivable, sundry debtors, stock, office furniture, plant and machinery and computers. So these are the assets given in the problem, and it is not maintained in liquidity order. So while writing the new balance sheet you must arrange it in the liquidity order, right? Yes. Now let us move on to the adjustment part. The partners have been sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 5:3:2. That means 5/10, 3/10 and 2/10, because 5 plus 3 plus 2 is equal to 10 is the denominator, right? Malik decides to retire from business. The third partner decided to retire on 1st April 2018. And his share in the business is to be calculated as per the following terms of revaluation of assets and liabilities. So we have to calculate his share in the business by considering all these adjustments. Stock 20,000, office furniture 14,250, plant and machinery 23,530, land and buildings 20,000. A provision of rupees 1,700 to be created for doubtful debts. So provision for doubtful debts is to be maintained at 1,700. They told no provision is there in the balance sheet. So this itself is the provision created, should be debited to revaluation account and should be deducted from the debtors in the balance sheet. Correct? Yes. Then the goodwill of the firm is valued at rupees 9,000. Nothing is mentioned. Simply goodwill of the firm is valued at rupees 9,000. I told you previously, if such instruction is there, then straight away credit goodwill of the retiring partner only to his capital account and then debit it to continuing partner's capital account to write off the goodwill. So, create goodwill to the extent of retiring partner share only and write it off. That method you have to follow whenever no further instruction is given. So, we will calculate new partner share and we will credit it to him. Then that goodwill will be written off by debiting it to continuing partner's capital account in the year gain ratio, right? Then continuing partners agreed to pay rupees 16,500 as cash on retirement of Malik. Continuing partners will pay cash to be contributed by continuing partners in the ratio of 3:2. It does not mean that their new profit sharing ratio is 3:2. Nothing is mentioned. They told the continuing partners will contribute this amount which is to be payable to the retiring partner, that is 16,500 in the ratio of 3:2. So, only for this purpose, to calculate each partner's share in that 16,500, this ratio is applicable. They didn't mention anything regarding this is the new profit sharing ratio, nowhere it is mentioned. So, we will assume that the new ratio will be same to that of their old ratio, that is 5:3. New ratio will be 5:3 only, right? Yes. Now, let us move on to the stock. That's a new value of all the assets and liabilities are given. Stock, there is a 20,000, 18,100 was there in the balance sheet. So, there is increased amount should be credited to revaluation account and should be added to concerned asset in the balance sheet, new balance sheet. Office furniture, it is given as 14,250. Refer balance sheet, it is 18,250, right? There is a decrease. So, with the decreased amount debited to revaluation account and this should be shown as new value in the balance sheet. Old value inner column less depreciation outer column 14,250. That is what you have to do. Plant and machinery 23,530. How much is there in the balance sheet? 20,230. So, there is an increase of rupees 3,300, right? Plant and machinery 3,300 increase is there. So, we have to credit it to revaluation account and should be added to concerned asset in the new balance sheet. Then what? Yes. Land and buildings rupees 20,000 in the balance sheet, it is given as 26,000. So, there is a decrease of rupees 6,000, which means depreciation. So, we have to debit it to revaluation account and we have to deduct it from the concerned asset in the balance sheet. Then a provision of rupees 1,700 to be created for doubtful debts. We have to create provision. Whenever a provision is created against any asset, the value of the asset will decrease, because we will write the asset value less provision, then ultimately the asset value decreases. Decrease in the value of an asset is a loss to the business, should be debited to revaluation account and should be deducted from the concerned asset in the balance sheet. Then what? Goodwill of the firm valued at rupees 9,000, I already told you. So, this is the whole picture of this problem. Let us solve the problem. Start with revaluation account. Yes, revaluation account. Draw the columns. Revaluation account. Yes, date, this date is not there. Particulars, JF, amount in rupees. I am not drawing that JF column, but you should draw it in your notebook. It will develop a habit to follow same thing in the board exam. You will not lose any marks. Debit credit is a must, it is an account. So, debit credit particulars, JF, amount in rupees. Write the column headings quick. Do it fast. Over, column drawn. Yes, I'll start with the debit side to office furniture, office furniture, how much it is? 18,250 minus 14,250, there is decrease. So 18,250 minus 14,250. That's all. 4,000, right? Then land and buildings. There is decrease, depreciation, office furniture, depreciation. So land and buildings. Land and buildings account, there is depreciation again, depreciation, that is 26 minus 20, 26,000 minus 20,000, right? Yes, it is. Deduct, write the net amount, 6,000. Then there is a provision for doubtful debts. PDD, provision for doubtful debts, right? So, to provision for doubtful debts. Doubtful debts. Doubtful debts 1,700. 1,700. Yes. Created. Provision created. Move on to the credit side. There is a stock. We cannot say that appreciation. There is an increase by stock account. It is a current asset. Stock account. Increase, decrease or increase, right? So write the amount 20,000 minus 18,100. 20,000 was the old value. 18,100 was the old value, 20,000 is the new value. So there is increase of 1,900. 1,900. Then what? Then plant and machinery. There is a appreciation, plant and machinery, plant and machinery appreciation. 23,530, right? Is the new value. Old value was 20,230. 20,230. So there is an increase of how much? 3,300. 3,300. That's all. Over. Close it. Find out the difference. See which side is greater. I think debit side is greater. There is a loss. So total is 11,700 on the debit side. Correct. Yes. Then write the same total on the other side. 11,700. Find out the difference. You will have the difference of 6,500. 6,500 by all partners capital accounts. By all partners capital accounts. Under that, write who are those partners? They are Jain, Gupta and Malik, right? Jain, Gupta and Malik. 6,500 into 5 by 10. 5 by 10. 6,500 into 3 by 10. 6,500 into 2 by 10. Yes, now find out how much is the share of each per partner. So it will come as 3250, 3,250, 1,950, 1,950 and 1,300. 1,300. That's all. Right within bracket. This is loss on revaluation. Loss on revaluation dash balancing figure. Your revaluation account is done. Correct? Yes. Now, let me move on to the next part, that is combined capital accounts of partners, right? Combined capital accounts of partners. Open the capital accounts, combined capital accounts of partners. Provide for 3 columns each on either side. Yes. Write debit credit. Write the names of the partners. That is, who are those? 3 partners, Jain, Gupta and Jain, Gupta. Write in rupees. And Malik, right? Yes. Particulars, debit credit. Jain, rupees, Gupta, rupees, Malik, rupees. Yes. Let us start with the opening. It's the first entry. What is that? Opening balance, correct? Capital account always shows credit balance. So, by balance brought down. By balance brought down. How much? Right, the opening balance 40, 60 and 20. 40, 60 and 20. Then what? Next entry. Then, if you refer revaluation account, there is revaluation. On revaluation, we got loss, right? So, revaluation, refer the entry, all partners capital account letter to revaluation account. So, all partners capital account letter to revaluation account on the debit side, to revaluation account. Revaluation account, loss. How much? How much is the loss? 3,250, 1,950 and 1,300. Am I correct? 1,300. Yes, it is. That is loss on revaluation. Then refer liability side, there is accumulated profit. Should be credited to partners capital account in their old ratio, distributed among the partners. Accumulated profits. By accumulated profits, it is given in that way only. Accumulated profits. How much? Write the amount. 8,375, 8,375 5,025, 5,025 and 3,350. 3,350. Yes, it is. 3,350. Right here, accumulated profits, old ratio 5:3:2. Correct. 5:3:2. Yes. Then, what is the next one? They brought cash. Correct. 16,500 is paid to the retiring partner, which was contributed by the continuing partners, that is Jain and Gupta, in the ratio of 3:2. So distribute that 16,500 into two parts, that is 3:2, isn't it? And credit it to their account, because when they bring cash towards capital or any cash is brought in with the partner, journal entry is cash accounted to concerned partner's capital account. Cash accounted to concerned partner's capital account, right? Yes. So we will give credit by cash account brought in. That is, let us show the calculations here. That is amount to be brought in by, write a note, that is note number 1. Amount to be brought in by the continuing partners. Amount to be brought in by the continuing partners to pay rupees 16,500 to retiring partner. Jain, below that, Jain is equal to 16,500 into how much? 3:2, right? 3 plus 2, 5. So it will be 3/5. And that is Gupta is equal to 16,500 into 2/5. How much it will come? Yes, 9,900 and 6,600. 6,600, right? Rupees 9,900 and rupees 6,600. Now right here 9,900 and 6,600. Write note number 1. Right here note number 1. Yes. Then what else? Now what we have to do is, anything mentioned regarding the goodwill of the firm is valued at rupees 9,000. So what we have to do is, we have to credit goodwill to retiring partner with his share only. Here goodwill of the firm is given, so by goodwill account, how much? That is 1,800. Retiring partner's share was how much? 2/10. Total goodwill of the firm was 9,000. So 9,000 into 2/10. 2/10. Correct. So it will come as 1,800. 1,800. Right? Yes. Then let us write it off. We are creating goodwill to the extent of retiring partner share only, and then we are writing it off. Correct. So to goodwill account, written off, gain ratio, GR, isn't it? What is the gain ratio? Same ratio as was before, new ratio is not given. That 3:2 is only to distribute the capital, that is a amount brought in by the new partners. This one. Which one? Here, cash brought in, isn't it? This one. It's 3:2 only for distributing this amount, not new ratio. It is nowhere it is mentioned. So don't conclude it as a new ratio. Clear? So goodwill account, written off, how much? Ratio was 5:3. Old ratio itself 5:3. So it will come as 1125 and 675. So 1125 and 675. Total will be 1800. Yes, it is correct. Then what should be done? To the new partner we have to make payment. Correct. So not new partner, to the retiring partner. I'm sorry. Retiring partner we have to make payment of rupees 16,500. It is mentioned in the problem. So make payment when money is paid, cash is paid. There in the problem it is cash, it is not a bank. So we have to pass cash entries here. Retiring partner's capital account debtor to cash account. That is the journal entry, right? So to cash account, part payment made. Right? How many days? 16,500 only in Malik's column. 16,500 in Malik's column, right? Yes. Now, these people have to bring cash. This is the amount to be brought in. To make payment to this person, retiring partner, the old partner, that is continuing partners should bring cash. So, pass entry, when cash is brought in by the partners towards capital or for payment of the retiring partner, cash comes in, cash account debtor to concerned partners capital account. So, cash account debtor to concerned partners capital. So, capital account of continuing partners is credited by cash. Cash account brought in to pay Malik. Right here, provide note number 1. Give note number 1 here. Already written, right? Yes. Cash account brought in, note number 1. We already passed that entry. No need of, I'm sorry. Repeating again it is. Actually, it's not there. It's fine. All the entries are done, I think. Yes, of course. All the entries are done. Now, what we have to do is, we have to close it. We made payment, cash payment is made. Now, the first balance retiring partners capital account. Okay? So, draw the lines. See which side is greater. Always credit side will be greater than the debit side, right? So, right here, I'll erase this. Let me extend it. Yes. Draw the lines. Here, write the total. Take credit side total of the retiring partner. It comes to 25,150. 25,150. Write the same total on the other side. 25,150. You have already made a payment of 16,500. Now, find out the difference. You will get 7350. 7350 as that is a difference in 7350. Transfer this to Malik's loan account. Transferred dash balancing figure. Write this here, that's all. Then, now balance other partners' capital accounts. It will be how much? 71,625. 625 in Gupta's capital account, and 58,275. 58,275 in Jain's capital account, correct? Yes. Write the same total on the other side. Same total on the other side. How much? 58,275 and 71,625. 625. Now find out the difference. That comes to 53,900. 53,900 and 69,000. 69,000. So right there, to balance carried down. To balance carried down, balancing figure. Your answer given in this is not agreeing with the balance. 53,900 and 69,000 is not agreeing, but don't get confused. Follow the principles and solve the problem. Many answers are wrong here. I have shown you in many cases. I told you there is a mistake. So just follow the rules and solve the problem. That's all. So here, this is the final balance. By balance brought down, bring down the balance. Only continuing partners' capital accounts, not others, isn't it? Only continuing partners' capital accounts, bring down the balance 53,900 and 69,000. 69,000. That's all. Your capital account is done. Let us move on to the last part, balance sheet. Balance sheet of Jain and Gupta, right? Yes. As on, refer the date of retirement. Yes. Malik decides to retire from the business on 1st April, right? So, 1st April 2000, April 1st, 2018. 2018. Yes. Now, yes, draw the columns. Write the column headings. No debit credit, it is a balance sheet. That is a liabilities, amount in rupees, assets, amount in rupees. Write the column headings. Don't forget to write this. Let us start with the most liquid one, right? Yes, cash. Cash means cash in hand always. If they mention cash at a bank, then it is cash at bank. Clear? So here, 5,500 was the opening balance. Show the calculations. Add cash brought in by the two partners. That is how much? Cash brought in 9,900 and 6,600, right? Together it will be 16,500 minus amount paid to that is a retiring partner 16,500. So this is the cash movement. Opening balance of cash, then cash brought in by Jain, cash brought in by Gupta minus cash paid to Malik, correct? So that is what the cash movement is. So you will get the same balance, old balance itself, 5,500, write it, that's all. Then stock is there, stock, there is a change, right? Stock, now it is 20,000, earlier it was 18,100. So write the new value in outer column first, 20,000, then show here 18,100, isn't it? Then add increase 1,900. So it will be 20,000. Add it is, not minus, remember. Then stock is there, it's over. Then debtors, move on to the next asset, debtors. There is also again, there is a change. Debtors, provision for doubtful debts, 1700 we have to create, isn't it? Sundry debtors was 26,700. 26,700 inner column minus PDD 1,700. Amount is given straight away. So net amount is 25,000. Write it in outer column. Correct? Then bills receivable is there. No change. 23,450 bills receivable. Bills receivable 23,450. That's all. Then comes bond. Bonds. How much? 14,370. You can write bonds even before stock also. No problem. Then what? Office furniture. Office furniture. There is a change, I think. Office furniture. Refer your revaluation account. Yes, it is. There is depreciation. Earlier it was 18,250. 18,250. Now it is reduced to 14,250. Right? 14,250. So write the new value 14,250 in outer column first. Then write less depreciation. Write the difference. Depreciation, how much? 4,000. 4,000. That's all. Then there is computer, movable one. So write it first. No change. Write it as it is. 13,200. Then comes plant and machinery. Plant and machinery. Write it. Plant and machinery, is there any change? Yes, there is appreciation. Earlier value was 20,230. 20,230. Add appreciation. Appreciation. How much? What is the new value? It's 23,530. Write it in outer column first. 23,530. Find out the difference. Difference is 3,300. Treat it as appreciation. Add it. Then last asset is land and buildings. Land and buildings. Is there any change? Refer your evaluation account. Yes, there is a change. There is depreciation, isn't it? So it was 26. Now it is reduced to 20. Correct. So 26,000 minus depreciation. Depreciation. So write the new value in outer column first, 20,000. Then decide 6,000 as the depreciation amount. Depreciation amount. That's all. All the assets being recorded. Goodwill will not come because goodwill is already written off. We gave debit entry so that the goodwill gets cancelled, isn't it? So then move on to the liability side. Then sundry creditors. Sundry creditors. Sundry creditors. How much? 19,800. 19,800. Then outstanding telephone bills. Outstanding telephone bills. Telephone bills. Telephone bills. There is no change. Write it as it is. 300. Correct. Then bills payable is there. Bills payable. Bills payable. Correct. 8,950. No change. Then we have to write loan account, isn't it? Loan account of, who's that? Malik. Malik's loan account. Malik's loan account. Write the amount 7350. Refer capital account to Malik's loan account. We have transferred 7,350. Last capital accounts, right? Capitals. Capitals under that Jain and Gupta. Jain and Gupta. Write the final balances in their capital accounts 53,900 and 69,000. 69,000. Add it together and put it in outer column. It will be 122,900. 122,900. Now check. Balance sheet must agree. Total is 159,300. 159,300. 159,300. Yes, that's all. So here balance sheet total is given as 168,300, but actually it is not. That's the difference of 9,000. Correct. Yes. 9,000 rupees difference is there in the balance sheet. Actually, goodwill is shown by them. I think they created goodwill to its full value. That is 9,000 is shown in the is credited to all partners' capital accounts. But actually, when no instruction is given, only the goodwill of the firm is this much. If this is given, then we have to follow this method only. That is last year and before last year they told both methods are correct, but this is the new version, new method. So we have to follow this one. Just calculate new part. There is a retiring partner's share, credit it to retiring partner's capital account, then debit it to continuing partner's capital account. That's all. Don't show goodwill in the balance sheet. So this is how you have to solve the problem. Clear? Yes. What we did is we gave credit to retiring partner only with this share, and it is cancelled by debiting continuing partner's capital accounts, so that it will not affect. But what they did, they gave credit to all partners' capital account with 9,000 rupees distributed among them, and no debit is given. So capital balance increased to the extent of 9,000. Liability side will increase 9,000. Asset side, they have shown goodwill because it is not written off. 9,000 they have shown. So your balance sheet will agree, and your capital account balance also will come to that extent. But that is not the proper method. Remember this. Yes. With this, your solution comes to an end. We will take up problem number 4 in the next class. Problem number 4 in the next class. X, Y, Z. Correct? Third already solved. We have solved yesterday. Right? Yes. Thank you for watching this video. Before that, let me give you assignment. Solve the same problem and submit as your assignment. I am giving the same problem just because you will have some sort of, that is expertise in solving the problems. Don't copy it from the video. You just study it, then take the problem and solve it, so that you will acquire mastery over the concept. Clear? So with this, your second problem comes to an end. Thank you for watching this video.